Before getting into today's episode, we'd like to thank Mac Performance PT for sponsoring the Walk On Pod. For more on their services and contact information, click the link in our Instagram bio where you will be led to their website. Mac Performance PT, helping Sacramento athletes live life without limits. Thank you for tuning back into the Walk On Pod. We are back this week with another special guest. Of course, I'm Luke Abdalovich. Jared Waters and Tommy Ball are with me as always. And to my left, you see our special guest, Jack Powers, is here with us today. I told him before we started recording I didn't want to steal much of his thunder. So we're going to do what we normally do. I'm going to go ahead and throw him the floor. I want him to kind of fully explain what he's doing, all his things that he's a part of. I think it's super dope what he's up to. I've known Jack for a handful of years now, since he was super young, and I think what he's grown into and what he's putting himself out there in with is pretty dope. So I kind of just want to give him the floor and let him take the stage. So Jack, like I said, it's all you.
Well, gosh, that was quite the introduction. Thank you for that. So currently I'm the sports broadcaster for the San Diego Sharks. It's just a basketball team out of the basketball league, the TBL. So kind of like a third tier, I guess, even with kind of right below G League. So maybe a little bit farther than G League, below down there somewhere. Yeah, but still great players, awesome talent across the whole league. And then on top of that, I am the founder and CEO of BreakPoint Sports. So it, I like to say it's more of a statistical focus on sports, but not advanced statistics. It's very basic stats. The idea kind of just came from, I just thought when you look at any article nowadays, it's like everything you read is so advanced. They have all these advanced stats. It's I mean, 75% of the stats they put out now, I don't think people know what anybody's talking about. And yes, those advanced metrics are great. They're a great way to evaluate, a player's ability, what they can contribute to a team. But I think from a fan's perspective, it can be difficult to gauge how well these players are performing now when they're throwing these stats out at you. So what we do is we like to bring the focus back to basic stats. And then we've also created our own stat called IPL, individual performance level, and TPL, team performance level. And what that does is it straight up just grades a player on their performance level. So if I, told you guys a player played at a 95% performance level, you'll probably say that's pretty dang good. I mean, it's better than saying, yeah, a guy played at a +2 efficiency level. I mean, I don't really even know what that means. A
That's
guy could
fair.
drop 30, yeah, a guy could drop 30 points in the NBA and they could have a -20 efficiency level. It's like, are we really gonna, like, you see negative numbers and you think, oh, he played bad, I guess. So now we can say, okay, a guy might have had a negative efficiency level, but he dropped 30, he shot at least over 33% from deep, over 50% from the field. Yeah, he probably played above an 80% performance level at least. That's pretty fairly good. I mean, getting a B on a final essay is a lot better than nothing. So that's what we're trying to do, is kind of bring that focus back to the basic stats, and that's what that IPL and TPL stat does. It just gauges basic stats, and we compile all this together, and we just take the positive things and we divide them by negative things you do on a court, and it gives you a percentage. Simple as that. Of course, you get over 100%, but that just means you played a perfect game. So yeah, that's what we're doing at Breakpoint Sports. We have a podcast as well, the Point Podcast. Trey Young also created the Point something. So of course he got that somewhere. But yeah, so the Point Podcast, we just talk about sports on there. But yeah, I mean, mainly we're just trying to grow right now. It's very developmental right now, very small, but I mean, as everybody is, we're just trying to put ourselves out there. So
No, like I said, leading into it, I think it's super dope. I do want to give you your props too. Every time I check in on your guys' content, especially like when you post the clips of your pod and everything, it's super well done. I
thank
mean,
you.
and I
Yeah,
like to joke around about us. We get on a Zoom call and figure out. I think for what we were trying to do, we do a pretty good job. But you look
I
at someone
agree.
like yourself. You're saying you're trying to just get something started from ground up, and you pull up to this Instagram page or TikTok, or you go watch an episode and you see two guys on their computers in a nice studio. Sound sounds really good. Like it's a really well done
Yep.
production. And I think there's a lot of merit in that, taking just whatever the content, like you guys have great content, but if you take the content aside, just the way you set it up and put yourself in that position, I think there's a lot of merit in that.
Thank you. Yeah, I can thank
Um,
SDSU a lot for that one too. They provide a lot of that nice stuff. But
no, it's
yeah,
pretty dope, man.
I
I mean,
mean,
I
yeah,
know
it's
we're jealous.
awesome for sure.
So tell me how. Let's rewind. We'll get back into the breakpoint stuff.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
back to the broadcasting stuff. How did
Hey,
you
this
get
is
your
this is what I
start in
want to
that?
hear.
Yeah, I knew Tom was going to be interested. He's definitely got a knack for that as well. So how did you get your start there?
That was an interesting one. So I was so SDSU here. They have like in for the journalism majors. They have like a what do you call it? An email thing they send out for careers they noticed or job postings. And I saw something come up for a play-by-play guy. Had no idea what the team was, no idea what the TBL was, none of that. And I was like, well, I want to be in that. I haven't been in it yet. I got to shoot this guy an email. So I emailed him. He just said, send me back a clip of this in-game video I took in the NBA of an NBA game. And, I thought he was going to send me some downloaded footage from YouTube. Nah, he sent me a clip from underneath the basket, the worst angle you've ever imagined, of some clip of LeBron getting like faked out by a pass after and then coming back down and hitting a three in a guy's face. Something weird. It was like a 30-second clip. I was like, all right, whatever. I worked with what I had. I sent him over some probably not the best footage. Like looking back on it, I'm like, I don't even know how I got hired off of that. But dude, the footage was ridiculously bad. But not so I worked with that. I sent him over and he immediately responded, said you're hired. And I was like, all right. So yeah, I showed up to the first game and I actually had to get the camera. So I have a camera now, but so I'm in charge of live streaming the games while broadcasting through the
Wow.
camera and then operating like the score bug you see overlaid on TV screens, like
Mhm.
operating, changing that. So it's like a multitasking. It's
Hey,
bad. I'll tell you
you're
that.
more than
There
just a
should be two people on
broadcaster.
Yeah.
that for sure. But yeah, it's fun though. You're getting to meet all these players. They're all guys just trying to fight, for a spot in, playing foreign ball like in Australia. I know one guy's trying to play in Australia right now. But it's just really cool seeing these guys' lives because these are just guys, they're probably not going to the NBA. They're probably not going to play in the G League, but they it's their dream. And it's fun doing that because broadcasting is my dream and everybody there all just wants to, you know, be bigger than what they are now. And it's really cool being a part of that. And you even got there's 35-year-olds in this league. It's still balling out.
Oh
Probably
yeah, let's
leading
go.
they're dude, there's a
Ye-
guy that's leading the league in rebounds right now. And he's not even that great, but
Do,
he's
do,
just
do
Sounds
you
big
know
that
and
sounds
if,
like that sounds like me.
yeah, I was gonna say, do the San Diego Sharks need an undersized four-man that's willing to set a mean screen? That's basically what you're
Yeah,
looking at
oh
down
he'll
there.
dude,
talk on
100
defense too.
100%, bro. We're two guard
Yeah,
heavy, two guard heavy.
yeah. We call that the
You
white Draymond.
yeah, you'd average 15 points a game easy.
Let's
If,
go.
if you can
Good.
set screens
I'll
and
get my
roll,
average
dude,
up.
you're chilling. You're chilling.
Jay,
Yeah.
Jay, we might have a lane for you, man. This
Here
is
we
That's it,
decent.
go.
man.
No,
Yeah.
they're like,
I
hey, they're
just
always looking for people.
I just need
It's
housing and
fun.
babysitting. That's it.
I don't know about the housing part, but I mean, they'll babysit you for sure.
Oh, so that's crazy. Oh, during these games, so while you're doing all this multitasking for your broadcasting and
Yeah,
stuff, do you experiment a little bit with your commentating? Like, do you
yeah, gosh,
how
yeah.
much of a leash do you have, I guess is the question I'm asking.
Oh, I can do whatever I want. I can do
Really?
whatever I want. I mean, I've said things I look back on and I listen to and goes, oh, dude, that's exactly what the guys always make fun of other broadcasters for on TV. Like, can't be saying those things. But no, like, you try and come up with like a certain call, you got the bang, and then you got the onions, the March Madness guy.
Right.
You
Yeah,
got
that's a good one
you
right
got
there.
you got all these awesome calls that these guys come up with. So trying to find something that comes naturally to you as you broadcast can be so difficult because you want to sound, good, but you also don't want to sound stupid. And you
Right.
say something that just is like, what is this guy talking about? Um, So I play around with it. My 3-point thing right now is cash money, but I want to tweak it. If they go 2 for 2 from the free throw line, I always say flawless. Nobody says anything after free throws, so I think that's special.
I like that.
But yeah, nobody talks about if a guy goes perfect from the line there, but yeah, it's really difficult coming up with certain things to come up with, and being different for sure is tough. Like there's been definitely a couple games where I go, all right, I could have done something there. But I'm more of the guy, Gus Johnson's kind of someone I look up to football wise. So
down the
Whoa.
he just goes
sideline.
crazy. He just starts screaming.
Yeah,
And
he's
honestly, like that's me. That's completely me on the sideline. People look at me from the stands and they're like, what, what is this guy doing? But yeah, I get dirty looks sometimes, but it's
Hey,
whatever.
I mean, I think that shows that it's genuine though. Like you don't want
Yeah.
some slap back there that's like just
No.
there with a headset on. Like you're
Exactly.
genuinely
Boring.
enjoying.
Yeah, you don't want
the
that
moment.
Oh
boring.
yeah,
exactly.
and that's exactly what Gus Johnson's doing too. He's just having fun, and that's what I kind of made it about. And also, I always think about these players are using these clips to showcase themselves. Anything to make them look more exciting on the court is technically what I'm supposed to be doing. So that's my goal too. I got to
I
make
didn't
these
think
guys
about
look
that.
good.
No, that's a really good way to think about it. Actually,
Just great walk-on mentality.
Yeah.
seriously, man.
Exactly.
Excelling
A
in
good-
your role.
A good announcer makes games so much more enjoyable, dude.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it's crazy.
You don't want to
It
listen
is
to a
so
guy.
crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
I've
yeah,
listened
and-
to a lot of guys, even in the TBL league, that I'm like, dude, you wonder why you don't get views on the live streams, because it's just you can't listen to the guy talk for more than 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So do you watch your film back?
Oh, every game. I try to make a
Yes, I like that a
broadcasting
lot.
tape. Yeah, I try to make a broadcasting tape for every game. So roughly they're about 5 minutes, but I'll just be going through. So through that, sometimes the TBL is like, oh, can you make us a highlight reel of a guy who, like last game, a guy went, I think it was 8 for 11 from deep. So it was like, I compiled all that together. So I kind of do that stuff. And then on top of that, I always make my own little thing to post on YouTube or, LinkedIn is the big thing now too. So I'm always trying to just get myself out there as well, because if I just, honestly, nobody's going to watch those games if I don't put them, my own self up that way. So.
Yeah. No, I mean, like you said before, that whole league, everyone's like-minded and they're chasing something. So the fact
Exactly.
that you have a platform to, level yourself up, build your resume, whatever you want to call it. I think it's dope.
100%.
And you got creative control. I like that. That's what I was actually
That
curious.
is cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they have the players just come to me after the game. I do my own interviews with them. It's fun. I mean, like a lot of
That's
this
good
stuff.
experience.
And again, yeah, no experience in this whatsoever. So everything's pretty brand new. So just I had to learn it myself. And honestly, I think it's probably the best that way. You just got to put your foot in the door.
I like that.
So do you study any other broadcasters besides like Gus Johnson? Do you because I know Gus doesn't do a lot of NBA. He'll do some NBA every
No.
now and then. He's mainly football, but
Yeah.
like, who are your NBA guys you like to look at?
So I'm honestly, if we're talking just sports in general, like Gus Johnson's definitely like the college football guy for me.
Yeah.
But I've always been a baseball guy. So
Okay.
I was inspired by Dave Niehaus, who actually died. I want to say it was 15 years ago or so, but he was the broadcaster for the Seattle Mariners way back in the Griffey era. And his calls, like, that's what made me want to be a broadcaster.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I always love watching old Dave Niehaus clips. The current broadcaster for the Mariners now, Aaron Goldsmith, he's kind of like similar to Gus Johnson. Someone will hit a home run, just be like, oh, and just like, he's not even speaking, he's just screaming.
Yeah.
But that's all. It's awesome. And then for NBA,
You sound like
I
you'd
think
be a
I come
fan of
back
the
to
Charlotte Hornets guy.
Oh, dude, yes, that guy's awesome. I don't even know his actual name.
I think it's
but
Eric Collins. I think it's Eric
yes,
Collins.
yeah, that's
he
right.
just freaks out.
That is literally the Gus Johnson of the NBA.
He's
awesome thing.
hilarious.
And he's doing the job right, because he's bringing the media attention to the Hornets. And they don't get any media attention
Yeah,
other than LaMelo clips. So I'd say I'm more college basketball. So like Dick Vitale,
Yep.
I've always liked him. Gosh, I can't listen to Bill Walton though. That guy. But
Preaching
We've
to
had
the
a lot
choir,
of
man.
all-
we've had a lot of
yeah.
Bill Walton chatter
Conference
on
of
this pod.
Champions.
Yeah.
Conference of Champions.
Conference of Champions.
That's definitely Luke's favorite guy.
Yeah, not a fan.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's good.
It was about to be on my goofball list.
Oh man, that would have been a good
That's
one.
a good goofball.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Question now then. I didn't know about the baseball stuff. So what would you say? What is your dream venue to call? Like if there's one venue that
great
you're like,
question.
before I put the mic down, like whenever, if this is my career, before I have to put the mic down, where is the dream venue that you get to call?
Oh, dude. Definitely World Series, 100%.
After the baseball story, I
Just
assume
because now I love basketball. It's probably, yeah, I mean, it's one of the most fast-paced games, NBA, compared to baseball and football when you're looking at those three. So I love going fast-paced with NBA, but I like baseball because you have to tell stories, and that's what it's about, storytelling. Every time a player walks up to the plate, you're talking about where this guy grew up, where because you can't, there's nothing else to talk about.
Right.
That's a good point.
There's a lot of time in between. So talking about these guys' stories is awesome, and especially in the World Series. Like a guy walks up to the plate, you're talking about some crazy story, grew up on nothing, and then he hits the walk-off World Series home run.
That's
that
awesome.
would be amazing. You always see stuff like that. So baseball would be just awesome for that. But fast-paced wise, I'd love NBA playoffs would be awesome to call too. Or March Madness games. That would probably be second after World
Yeah,
Series.
that'd be sick.
Be a fun one.
March Madness for sure.
To piggyback off the storytelling. This is a question for everybody here. Have you guys seen? His name is Peter Drury. He does the World Cup every time it comes around. Have you guys seen that guy? And
he's a storyteller.
He does poetry. He's literally just doing poetry. Like you guys will have to look up the 2020
Sounds
whatever.
like my kind of guy.
Yeah, Jared, look up Peter Drury monologue before the World Cup final when it was Messi versus France versus Argentina. Messi versus Mbappe.
Just a little boy from Argentina.
Yeah, he's like,
Can Messi do it?
I don't even know how to like put it into words, but he's just like, Mbappe prowls in the foothills of greatness. Like it's like, dude, this guy's insane.
That's a guy on FIFA.
I'll find it for you, Jared. It's so cool. Like that
when
you said
highlight clips
storytelling, that's what came to my mind right there.
That's
The
awesome.
amount of highlight clips I've seen of him just like started out, it's insane.
He's good.
The foothills of greatness. That's a good line.
No, dude, I'll send it to you guys. It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's a really good one. All right. That was dope. The baseball stuff I always feel like is all way more personal. So like I agree with that take for sure. And like I've said it on here before. Like I'm not a fan of watching baseball per se. I think it's pretty boring. So like especially if it's
I agree with you.
Yeah. So if you got a bad
agree.
play-by-play caller, like it's just gonna lull me to sleep even more. So
you're turning the game off 100%.
Yeah.
No, I mean I remember growing up on like the Giants who's Kruk and Kipe. They were dope.
Yeah.
I like them.
I think they still do
great.
it. I think they
They
still do it.
are?
Still go.
All right, that's good. That's good. I like
They're
that.
When it's
great.
time for a change, use speedy oil change and tune up.
They had all the one-liners.
The Padres, I love the Padres guys too. I don't know if the Slam Diego. That's
awesome. A good one. That's a good call. There's so many little intricacies within that stuff that just makes it so much better. I love it.
100%.
Now, BreakPoint. Like I said, we were going to get back to it.
Sure.
I've been saving this take that I have about analytics and stats for a while, and so it's actually a perfect episode to touch on it. So I wanted to get your take. I have this take on analytics, and I agree with you that I think unless you're like extremely involved in the game, unless you really sit behind a computer and look at these numbers the way they're crunched and everything, there's a lot of things that one, you're never going to actually see translate in the game, and two, to just the average watcher mean nothing. I think the thing about analytics to me is that game on the line, this goes for any sport. Game on the line, ball in your hands, whatever it is. analytics are out the door. Like, and I just feel like
100%.
a lot of national media, a lot of these things, like they're gonna feed into this stuff, and like everyone always jokes about the first person to have this exact stat line on this night, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, like there's
Dude, I
that
hate
stuff
that.
that's
I hate
annoying,
that. I hate
but it's like when they pull up his efficiency within the middle third of the court with 6 minutes to go in a game that's in the bonus.
Yeah.
Like, why are you talking about that? Game on the line. I'm giving him the
No,
ball. Do I trust him to get a bucket? Like, analytics go out the door. So
Yeah.
how do you think there's a way to bring the game back into that? Because I think for a lot of these media people, they've lost sight of that. Like the just the game in its purest form.
I completely agree. I mean, getting away from it now, especially with betting, might be so hard because
That's like a
everything,
monster.
I mean, even, ESPN, NBA team, every pro sports team is advertising it now. I mean,
Yeah, it's bad.
you're having the literal casinos or sports books in the sporting venues now.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like
They're on the courts.
everybody exactly.
Yeah.
So when
the
ESPN or
Charles Barkley
Fox,
stuff on inside the team.
Oh yeah, he always
inside,
gives
dude, it's
his lay
crazy.
for the night and stuff.
Yeah.
exactly. So it's like getting away from analytics is going to be hard now because ESPN and Fox are just going to sit there and eat that all up until they can get the best take on, the plus or minus 3 or whatever it may be, and to find the littlest reasons to take their betting opinions. So getting away from it's going to be hard, and I don't think it's going to happen until other media companies come in and they just don't talk about that. They just don't. Which is kind of what I'm trying to do with Breakpoint. So it's like it's difficult too, but everybody's going to feed into it right now because of like betting is strictly why, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's a good take. I mean,
Makes
it
sense.
makes it gives power to a lot of people to think that they're Stephen A.
Oh
Smith,
yeah.
like they think they're some sports genius or something. So
Oh,
it's like,
exactly. And I mean, look at March Madness. Everybody's going to throw out like
oh
only
my
5 teams in the
God.
past 20 years have won this national championship from this certain location.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I mean,
they end
you
up
see
losing
it.
first round.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see that every year where they use the equation to break down why only 4 of the teams are like eligible to win the championship based on. Yeah,
Yes.
I hate that stuff.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
it-
something special I'm doing. Sorry, Luke.
no, you could go for it.
So something like we do with college basketball, because that's kind of our focus right now until, I get more. We have like 3 guys right now, but until we get more guys so we can do NBA and stuff is we do our own ranking system strictly based off of basic stats. No opinion involved. I don't sit there and I go, I think this is the top 25 in the country. I use that team performance level, the grade, and I can combine that with the win and loss record, and I get a ranking system of 1 through 361 teams right now in Division One. And so I can evaluate that, and I can put out a top 25 that's unbiased and everything. So a great example of that would be Kentucky this year. So Kentucky, I don't think I had them ranked once in my top 25, and I'll tell you, I got a lot of pushback from people. People were like, "Nah, that's stupid." All my friends were saying you're ridiculous. Your stats are wrong. Whatever it may have been. And look at that; they were a first round exit this year.
That felt good.
Look at the
Yeah,
big
So it's
point
like,
boys,
that
oh,
felt
man.
dude,
good.
it felt great. Yeah, I was talking
Just
a lot
like
of crap.
an
I'll tell you that.
automatic
But
win.
yeah. Oh, I had Oakland first round, easy.
To have that validated for you, I know that was just the best.
Best feeling.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't even explain it. But yeah, a lot of teams, like I would be telling people all year, no, they're not going far. They don't have it, and it just shows. And I think that's the most rewarding thing. So everybody's thrown out is Kentucky. They got Rob Dillingham. Okay, dude, he's a 6-man basically. Like, come on, like what are we doing? So and look what now the head coach is gone at Arkansas. So
Yeah. Crazy.
it's funny. It's funny how things work at the end of it, everything. But
So did you fill out a bracket?
I did.
How
We
did it
have
go?
I think breakpoint bracket. The breakpoint bracket itself finished in like the 80th percentile, which I mean,
Wow.
that's not great, but
Well, that's better than mine.
I think,
Yeah, better than a lot.
yeah. But I mean, usually it's like those final rounds that really like help BreakPoint out at least. But
Did you guys
no,
have
we called like
UConn?
Grant. Yeah. So we
Good,
had
good.
UConn number one all year, basically. And I've done the like looking back, like I've done this for like I've gone back like I think 9 years now. I try to go back whenever I have time and kind of look at all the tournament stuff. And it's been the winner of the national championship has been either in the top four every year except last year when UConn won it. And I think they're ranked 11th in mine, but they're always usually in the top four, which is really cool.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean,
I mean,
it's
look,
it's really rewarding seeing all that stuff.
I was gonna say, anyone listening to this, the BreakPoint Sports, they figured it out clearly. There's something
their
going
stuff.
on over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, it's awesome. Like I could go look up at Michael Jordan's career stats and tell you what his player performance level was over his entire career compared to
That's sick.
LeBron's right now. That's the coolest thing. That's what we're going to start doing is doing player comparison profiles basically. Big
That's a whole
debate.
nother
So obviously
argument.
there's the GOAT debate. And that's literally just evaluating basic stats. You're not looking at, okay, this guy won like, and that's another thing. You can look at NBA rings and accolades, but just down to the stats and how they played. This is how it is.
I like that.
So.
Now, so you said the Kentucky take paid off and were there any other crazy hot takes that you've had recently or across like whatever in the recent past that either have paid off or have dumped bad and you're like, oh man, like,
Oh, dude, we've
oh,
had some bad dumps, but Grand Canyon was a great one.
yeah.
Over St. Mary's in the tournament.
Nice.
Who was the team that beat the Dukes? I don't want to say their college team wrong.
Duquesne?
Their team name's the Duke. Yes, we had them. We did have them beating Duke though, which was a bad take, but we did have them winning that first round. Oakland, obviously, that was awesome. Trying to think in the regular season, one of the best ones was San Diego State over Gonzaga. That was a great pick. Trying to think of any bad. Oh, there was the start of the year. Oh, McNeese State over Michigan start of the year when everybody still thought Michigan was going to be good. We had that one. That was really
That was
nice.
short-lived.
Yeah,
Another
that's
team, a team that
pick.
should have made the tournament is Indiana State. That was they got, dude. We had them like I think at 10th in the top our top 25. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, they got hosed. I mean, they ran through the NIT. Didn't they lost the championship though, right?
They lost in the championship.
Yeah. That guy just transferred the glasses kid just transferred to
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
He picked a good sport for him
Rob
though.
Avila.
He didn't do anything crazy. His head coach. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Followed the head coach.
That team was good.
St. Louis.
They would have made a run. Yeah. That team would have made a run though, for sure.
For sure, they would have won. They would have won a game or two, I think.
Exactly. So I mean, it was kind of sad seeing them not getting just because of their conference championship loss, but
yeah,
I mean, that's March for you. But
yep,
exactly.
I can't think of any bad takes I've like given out. We kind of stopped giving out takes because I mean, I was kind of on board with a couple of people I've been doing this with of, okay, let's give out, some betting stuff. Like, okay, we say, the money line is plus 1,000 on this team and we have them winning. And then we realize, you know what, we might be right 70% of the time, wrong 30%, but it's like, we're talking about how analytics is the reason betting's still here, like betting's getting so big, why analytics and so like diving so deep into them is the reason, all that I just was explaining. It's like, so why are we even putting that out there over the reason we're trying to get away from analytics?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, so we finally I can give out picks like the plus and minus based off this, but it's like, I just don't think it's the right goal right now.
Yeah. I like that. Different motives for sure. Not trying to get like that's not like you said to start the episode, that's not you getting back to the root of the sports or what it's supposed to be about.
Exactly. No, exactly. So it's like we're going against exactly what we're talking about here.
Yeah, no, I like that. I respect that. Real walk on pod, like genuine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, took some learning. We learned. We were doing it for like 3 weeks straight, and then I was like, you know what? It might be like making people money. I don't know, but there's no point in doing this.
Time to cut it.
Exactly.
I respect that, man. Well, my final question for it all, like you kind of talk about like this is something that you just like are enjoying doing, like crunching numbers, your whole stat formula that you created. You get to look at the sports in this way. You're doing your broadcasting. You're doing all this. That you're the one man crew over there for the San Diego Sharks. Like, how much are you enjoying just kind of chasing these things?
Dude, it's awesome. So I'm also doing another thing with I just got hired by the NIL Collective Group Aztec Link here at SDSU. And what I'm doing for them is sideline reporting and like videography for the football team right now, and then the softball team's next, stuff like that. But the most rewarding thing, like I was talking about earlier, was meeting these people and literally just being able to make content for them, help them grow, but it also is helping me grow at the same time. I'm learning stuff from them. I'm learning stuff about myself when it comes to broadcasting that I don't think I would have learned by just practicing broadcasting a game from YouTube. It's a lot different when you're standing in there in front of these people. And I think the biggest thing is, I would be nervous to talk to them because I'm like, dude, this guy's on the football team. This guy's big time. He's supposed to be our best player. Getting away from the fact, okay, this guy's, the most talked about guy at San Diego State, taking it down to this guy's just some random dude I'm talking to, and learning how to just do that. Because if I start thinking about, oh my gosh, this guy's this here, and everybody knows his name, I'm not going to sound good. I'm not going to sound like I'm just having a conversation with them. So getting away from that was the biggest thing. And then just, having fun with it. I mean, I'm burnt sometimes doing all this stuff, but it's like, I come back into my room after doing all this, and I feel rewarded. I feel like I've had a great time. I'll be at the spring football practices for 4 hours every Tuesday, Thursday. I'm burnt as hell. I look like a lobster right now in my arms and stuff, but like, dude, I had a fun time. I got to meet new people. I get to come home. I make content for them. I'm in the sports world. I'm not working a, 9-to-5 desk job, which is exactly why I want to be in sports. So I'd say it's just really rewarding. I'm not worried about the pay either, stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's what it's about.
That's super dope, man. I don't want to speak for the other two, but are we ready to move on to the starting five?
Let's get this rolling.
So. Yeah, dude, I'm excited.
All right, so when we approached Jack about the starting five, he said, I didn't know which way he wanted to go. I said, look, we usually let the guests pick the starting fives, and he was like, no, I don't have a preference, but we like when you guys do the funny ones. And so, we've been talking about NBA playoffs a lot the past few weeks. Obviously, it's kind of the big thing in sports right now, minus NFL draft, I guess. But I was like, why don't we just do starting five NBA goofballs? Like we haven't really done that. And it could be a fun one. So all time NBA starting five goofballs. Jack, I told you before the episode we were going to throw it to you about how you wanted to do this draft format. Did you come up with an answer?
I think we should do draft. I think that'll make it a little competitive here.
Yeah. So we usually when we do the draft format, we do a serpentine style draft, and we let the guests pick the order.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I don't want to go first. That's another thing. Let's go James, Jared, me, then you.
James.
Yeah, James. Let's go.
Now,
baby.
Last draft prerequisite here. Do we want to do any position at once? Because this is one of those ones that could be a positional advantage. Yeah, I agree.
I want to go positions.
Okay,
right,
so not point guard first, any position. Leave walk on to the end still.
Walk on to the end.
Walk on the end.
Okay.
Right. Let's let it rock.
I'll lead us off, man.
Right,
and I'm gonna start us with the point guard. He's still in the NBA right now, and he's my favorite goofball. I'm gonna be selecting Patrick Beverly with the first overall pick in this draft.
Great.
Pat Bev is the biggest goofball in the league right now, bar none.
We say goofballs, not clowns.
It's the same. It's all the same to me, man.
Same thing.
It's all the same to me, man. On the scoreboard, like Kobe after winning the play-in, he brought a beer to the post game. Like
the camera to the ref. Oh man,
the camera to the ref. I mean, he's so good. He's so good. I love
He's
Pat
the
Bev.
worst. He's the
I
worst.
love Pat Bev. That's my first overall pick.
Man, I hate that pick, but that's fine. My first pick, I'm glad that I'm able to get this one off because he was an amazing player, but he's just a funnier human being. This guy is just nuts. The stories are endless. At my shooting guard, give me Gilbert Arenas.
Yes,
Yeah, that's a good one.
Gilbert Arenas at my shooting guard.
He was in my depth chart for sure. That's a really good pick.
Yeah.
Oof. Let's see here. I'm next, huh?
Yep.
So I'm gonna go. Let's see. Power forward. I'm starting off power forward.
Nice.
I'm gonna take Rodman.
Yeah.
Retired
he
players
showed
on
up
the
on
board
so
here.
many lists. Yeah.
Yeah,
he's a staple in the list.
Rodman. Come on, you can't tell me you don't go to Vegas and then show up to practice in PJs, bro.
Yeah.
And then go get 25 boards. Like,
yeah,
dude.
the hair speaks for itself. The hair speaks for itself.
Oh yeah.
It's a good pick, man. It's a really good pick. I was afraid
Luke,
you were
what
going to
you
take
got?
one. I was really afraid he was going to take one of my picks here. Okay. Geez, I got some heavy hitters here. All right, I'm gonna go with I think the goofiest player of all time. Like I don't know, I don't know how he slid to the 4. Give me at my small forward, give me LeBron James. This is the goofiest dude of all time.
No,
Like,
dude,
Wow.
my small forward.
like
I just thought it was too obvious for someone to take.
That's what I'm saying.
He's so corny, bro.
At the turn of the
He's
first
so
round, I
good.
gotta take LeBron. Yeah, this guy's a goofball, man. Like, and he's really like, like the whole Unk meme right now. He's really feeding into the old guy, trying to still be funny with the memes and all that right now. And he's just an absolute goof.
He's the worst.
So yeah, I need LeBron.
Especially post prime LeBron though.
Yeah. He's trying to stay relevant. I love it.
Less spectacles.
Guy's a goofball, man. Okay, and then again, this is one that I'm just surprised was alive. So, like I said, I thought when you said power forward, you were going to take mine. I got his running mate in Miami. I got Chris Bosh at the power forward.
Wow.
Chris Bosh was probably his best attribute was being a nut job, bro. And him in the post game, he looked like a dinosaur. Like he was just a goof, bro. Like dude was a bucket getter, but he was an absolute goofball.
That's so funny.
That's a good one.
Jack, what you got?
Pressure on me here. Let's put the pressure on me. What do I want to go here? Oh, dude. Do I go? Okay. I think I'm gonna go. I guess I gotta go center. Oh, can we do like power forward / center or nah?
Yeah, this is your lineup. You're the GM. You could do it. You know what I'm saying? If
Oh,
you want
so
to,
we can throw like.
You can put whoever you want anywhere.
I'm going technically as my center, somewhat power forward. Draymond Green. That's a goob.
All right, man. Look, man.
Good pick.
I don't like him in any way. I don't like him in any way.
No, you put him on your team. That means he adds value in your mind.
Exactly. I'm a diehard Kings fan, but
so that's. Oh boy,
he's gonna be a problem.
All right, at small forward. This guy, I mean, on the wings, we're just gonna have a lot of chemistry on the wings here. Give me Nick Young at the small forward.
Yes, that's so good. That's so good.
Nick Young and Gilbert Arenas on the wings is just like my team chemistry is off the charts.
Yeah, that's a great pick.
I really like that.
All right. I'm gonna go front court here with my 2 picks. We're gonna start power forward, pair these guys up with Pat Bev. Give me Glenn Big Baby Davis at the 4.
That's good.
Big Baby at the 4. I mean, that guy's hilarious.
I thought I could last one more pick.
That was a good
Glenn,
pick.
I got Big Baby and then Big Baby's running mate at the center. I mean, this guy's an all-time goof. Give me you guys probably think I'm gonna go with someone here. Give me DeAndre Jordan. DeAndre Jordan.
Wow.
DeAndre Jordan is a goof, man. No, I mean there's a couple obvious ones that we could go with, but I feel like everyone wants those guys. Pause. So I'm gonna go DeAndre Jordan.
All right, man.
All right. At my power forward, I'm the front court is just elevating every spot here. So at my power forward, give me Thanasis, man. Thanasis at the power forward.
Wow.
That's really good.
Thanasis at the power
What?
forward. Just pure insanity out
I
there.
mean that I did not expect
That's just
that.
chaos.
No, that's really
Yeah.
good. That's really good. Because to be
Alright.
honest, I don't have him, and I hope I'm not taking anyone's pick. But Giannis could very well fit on this list because
Yes, but Thanasis
his
is
antics.
just
No, so you take the Giannis traits and you put it in the Thanasis basketball. You got a good pick there, Jared.
Best player in the
thanks.
league. I'm gonna
Oh,
go
when he's Sham
to the
God, the
point
Sham
guard.
God to the bucket. It's crazy.
I'm going to point guard here. Known for being a clown on interviews, LaMelo Ball. I
Yeah,
think
it's a good pick.
Just the post game interviews would be through the roof. Nobody would compare.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
solid
I like
guy.
it. I like it.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Okay, I like my depth. Oh, okay. We're gonna go big man. So when I'm putting this list together, by the way, I felt like I just had a really big concentration of big men, and like the whole big goofy, like it just
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
it's actually
Yeah.
very apparent when I was trying to put this together. So I'm gonna go center again. This is an all-time name. He's still a goofball in what he does today. The best TV show on the planet inside the NBA. Give me Shaq.
Yeah.
Give me Shaq.
Yeah, great one.
That's a good
Oh,
pick.
Shaq at the
Good pick.
center.
Yeah.
But there's about 5 or 6 hard hitting centers that could fit there.
So there's so many
and
many
then-
centers.
Yeah, there is.
my point guard. I'm gonna throw a curveball here. This is again. This is probably an early take for this guy, but I mean, it's my 4th pick for my my lineup. Literally, he was known for the longest time in the league as being the person who dances with Russell Westbrook. I got campaign.
Oh,
That's a
bro, I
good
was gonna
one,
take him
dude.
next, bro.
That's a good
Let's
one.
go.
I was about to take him.
I'm
Yes.
telling you,
Oh,
bro. And then like the
He
old, there
was dancing guy.
he was the dancing guy. You get him on the IG lives when he was making fun of Chris
Yeah.
Paul. Like he's a funny guy. He's definitely a funny
Yeah.
guy. So give me campaign at the point guard.
Really good
I
pick.
like it. Jack, what you got?
That was a great pick. Small forward. I'm going the quiet man here. Kawhi Leonard.
The
claw- the
He is
claw.
a goofball.
You don't even
Funny
need
guy.
to talk to be funny, bro.
Yeah.
I like that. That's like a
all
Jared
right.
Waters. Jared likes to take the anti goofballs, like the anti whatever our thing is, and that's like exactly
Exactly.
what Kawhi is.
I already put Kawhi on the list, so I'm not gonna take him again. But this guy, I'm really glad that this guy landed here because he just not only does he act like a clown on the court and off the court, but like he's just his size is just clownish. So at center, give me Boban.
Nice.
Oh, bro, I
We-
forgot about him.
Boban at the center.
It's a good pick. It's a good pick.
Wow.
He's
When
hilarious.
he missed,
When he
missed
yeah.
the free throws on purpose to give the Clippers crowd their free chicken or whatever it was.
That
Yeah.
was so funny.
Yeah.
That was so
Prime
funny.
goofball.
Yeah,
That's a good
bro.
pick.
Boban.
Great
at the center.
pick.
Okay. What do I need shooting guard and small forward. Okay, perfect. I'll go small forward here first. This guy, I mean, this guy's a clown, man. Give me Paul Pierce here. The truth. Give me Paul Pierce.
That's a good pick.
There's
IG
so
Live Paul
many-
Pierce, or
yeah,
like-
there's IG Live Paul Pierce. There's
Oh,
wheelchair. There's wheelchair Paul Pierce.
Wheelchair. Oh boy.
There's
Wheelchair's
did you
wild.
call bank Paul Pierce? No, I called game. Like
I'm
the
better
list
than Dwayne
goes
Wade, Paul
on.
Pierce.
Yeah.
I forgot about the I called game.
I
That was
called
a funny
game.
moment.
Hey, dude's just a goof, man. He's hilarious, and he was a bucket, obviously. So good to have him
Yeah.
there. At the 2, I cannot believe this guy made it to the last round here. This is a Swaggy P-esque player, Swaggy P-esque pick. Give me J.R. Smith. Give me J.R.
so
Smith at the
upset.
2.
Wow.
I thought I could
Dude, y'all
get through,
taking
bro.
him.
That's such
I did
I
too.
had him as my
JR, man. JR it's too good. Too good. Anything's possible. Anything's possible, man.
Dude,
So
I don't even know what to pick.
at my point guard, this guy, I wouldn't say he's complete clown, but he is a goofball just purely based on his style of basketball and where he came from. and he's always about clowning. So give me Rafer Olsen, Skip to my Lou at the
That's a
point
good one.
guard.
That's a
Wow.
good
His
one.
nickname is Skip to my Lou. So guy was a really
Big
good
staple.
basketball player, but he was definitely a goofball.
I didn't even think about Ray Rawson.
Yeah.
Well, I got my shooting guard left here. J.R. Smith really screwed me up. Crap. I think this might be a crazy take, but Klay Thompson.
No, that's a great take. That's a great take.
That might be a wild one. But
No, I think
given
that's a
this
good
on the
take.
bench,
Yeah, that dude does some
the
wild
kind of the
goofy
trash,
stuff.
No.
funny trash talker.
The boating. I
The
mean,
boat. I was gonna say the kayak Clay, bro. Like, why are you posting yourself? Like,
Yeah.
you literally play in
Yeah, just
5
be-
hours.
Or on his boat when he's actually on his boat, but he's got the cap on.
yeah.
Yeah.
He
Like
lost
dude's on a different planet.
the championship parade day. He was on IG Live boating across the bay, and he lost his hat. He lost his championship hat in the bay.
Wild.
That's a good pick. I like that
That's
a lot.
good pick. All right. So my shooting guard here. This is full transparency because Jared and Tommy might call me out and say this isn't the truth. This was my third guy in rotation. All right, I had J.R. Smith as my first pick, and I had Kawhi as my second. So I'm giving Lance Stevenson the nod. I know I've had him on my list.
That's your guy.
Wow.
I just
No, that's a good one.
You love Lance. We gotta hit Lance. We gotta get Lance in the pod.
I would love to have Lance on
I
the
don't think
pod.
He would do
Lance-
it, dude. He
I
would
don't.
do it.
Yeah, I mean, look.
I don't
I
know.
would
Luke
hope he would.
torched him, so he probably won't.
That's what I'm gonna say. I don't know. He tried to talk trash to me, and I just like kind of just was like, okay, like, and I don't think he really took it well. So we're just gonna.
It didn't help that Paul was in his ear the whole game.
Yeah, I mean, I had some help there, but it was fun. It was fun, and I mean, we all know Lance's antics. I think between them, him, LeBron, and Chris Bosh, like that series in itself
era
is just a
was
goofball
crazy.
fest.
That's a hell of a
so, yeah.
list you've got, Luke.
That's prime time goof.
Yeah. Okay. Walk on pick now. This is a homer pick. 1,000% homer pick. I've met this dude. All his interviews within King's Twitter blow up because everyone thinks he's the funniest dude of all time for just being an awkward kid. I got Keegan Murray. He's really not
okay.
not a funny guy.
Such
but
a good pick.
He's just like a dull, like takes everything
Goofball.
too literally. Just like I'm
Yeah.
still an innocent little kid. Like all this, and I think it's hilarious. And so I got
Nah, he's
Keegan.
a good. Dude, I don't even know now. Let's see here. Oh, dude, who was I'm gonna take. This is also a wild pick. Dwight Howard.
That's a
great
pick.
Not
That's a
wild,
great
not
pick.
wild.
Great
Nah,
pick.
it
That's a great
might be
pick.
wild right now,
Like-
but
Like Luke said, the center position is stacked.
Big
There's
goofies,
still
man.
there's
Big
still so
goofies.
many
They're
more
all
that I
goobs,
think could be
bro.
picked.
it's the big man gooberness.
There's so many big men that literally
Luke.
fit on this.
Luke, well, I'll be honest. When you said homer pick, I thought Scott Pollard was getting selected.
Nah, I mean, yeah, I picked him for what? I think I picked him for my hair
Yeah.
list.
Your hair, yeah.
Yeah, but no,
Um,
for sure.
At my walk-on pick, this guy is like, I look at him as like a goofball just because no one took him seriously, and because like the things he said after his career was over was like, you sound dumb. But give me Smush Parker. Smush Parker at the walk-on.
That's a good one.
I was hating on Kobe, and
Wow,
like
that's
was just
crazy.
like it's just like, bro, what? Yeah, he's just like straight up called
I
a
like
bog.
that.
Like, yeah, he's just a bog. It's like, no, you just weren't good, so he wasn't gonna pass you the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Um,
Smush Parker. That's my walk on.
My walk on. This guy's a walk on to me for the goofball list because I feel like nobody really knew how much of a goofball he was until he picked the microphone up post his basketball career, and now he's freaking hilarious. I've got Jeff Teague here, man. Jeff Teague is so
Yeah,
funny.
Teague's an
Good one.
awesome pick.
Teague
an
is
awesome
so
pick.
He has
funny.
the best
Yeah,
stories.
What
He
actually
has the
happened to
best
that
stories.
guy?
I love
That's a
Jeff
good
Teague's
pick, man.
podcast, man. He's great. And I just have to give a shout out to JaVale McGee. Nobody picked
Yep.
him. JaVale
No,
McGee.
so I was gonna give a
dude.
little rundown of the
Wow.
big goofies that were left off the list. So JaVale was up there. Robin Lopez, 100%
Yep,
Yeah,
Robin Lopez.
deserves to be
I
on
had him
the list.
initially on my list.
Scotty Barnes, 1,000% deserves to be on this list.
Nate
Uh,
Robinson.
Nate Robinson.
Nate
Nikola
Robinson. I was
Jokic.
about to take
Nikola
I
him.
think
Jokic belongs on this list. I hate to bring it
think
to you.
Joakim
Wow, how did we
Noah.
not get
Yeah,
Jokic?
Joakim Noah was he
Joakim
was
Joakim
up there.
Noah. I mean Barkley.
Barkley,
Yeah,
like,
Barkley.
the list goes on. I think we all have really good lists. I
Yeah.
can give a rundown here if we want. So, Tom, we got Pat Bev, J.R. Smith, Paul Pierce, Big Baby Glenn Davis, DeAndre Jordan, Jeff Teague. Jack, we're looking at LaMelo Ball, Klay Thompson, Kawhi Leonard, Dennis Rodman, Draymond Green, Dwight Howard, Jared, Rafer Alston, Gilbert Arenas, Nick Young, Thanasis Antetokounmpo, Boban Marjanovic, and Smush Parker. And then I have Campaign, Lance Stevenson, LeBron James, Chris Bosh, Shaquille O'Neal, and Keegan Murray. Like, these are some star-studded goofballs, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
That was
these
a
are
good
some
list.
Good
nice
list.
teams. Nice teams.
Good list.
That ended up being a really
Boban's
good
the
starting
best
five, man.
pick.
I'm glad
great
that
pick, great pick, man.
worked out the way it did.
Yeah, that was
Excellent
Oh
insane.
stuff
man.
there.
You know,
Pressure's on.
Luke. Yeah, Luke. You know, there's some goofy stuff that happens on the golf course. Jack, do you golf or what?
A little bit here and there.
Little bit.
Nothing,
You know,
nothing great.
I don't know about you, but wearing a kilt on the links may be goofy.
Whoa.
But if I get my 50 chips a night, the bagpipes are gonna sing, and when I bend over to pick up my birdie, my opponents will see quite a sight.
Yo,
Okay.
this is crazy. Yo, that was you want to talk about goofy? That was the goofiest
Yeah,
monologue
I think
you've
That
ever
was
had.
wild. I wasn't even ready for that.
No, most people aren't in that one. I don't think you can be. That one was
What the hell, Jared?
no, that was nuts. That was
We wanted goofy. We went goofy. You know what I mean?
that was
I
something.
played to the crowd.
I didn't even know what he was
Wow.
about to do.
Yeah,
I mean,
not many people do.
No,
I'm
that
gonna be
one's up
honest.
there. That one's up there with the rapping.
Yeah, man, that's top. That's podium.
Wow.
That's podium.
That's podium for
Not
sure.
very happy.
Yeah, that was great, man.
When I bent
Wow.
over to pick up my birdie.
Anyways, yeah, let's wrap things up here. Jack, we appreciate you coming on tonight, man. This was a great
Thank you, guys.
conversation.
No,
A lot of
it's
fun hearing
fun.
about the whole BreakPoint stuff. That was super interesting to me. And obviously
Thank you. Yeah.
broadcasting is really cool. Awesome that you're doing that for the San Diego Sharks. Kind of crazy they're overworking you a little bit. It sounds like that you gotta push the camera around and commentate the game. But
It's
hey,
all good.
gotta start
All
somewhere.
good times.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We all gotta start somewhere. So no, we really appreciate
Yes,
you coming
sir.
on here, man.
Of course. Appreciate you guys for having me on.
And as always, folks, episode 91 in the books. So we're getting up there. Special one tonight. These are your favorite walk-ons, and we're walking out.